Melanie and welcome to my yarn shop, Ethel Em. We're located in Lancaster, UK, which is a little bit far away from home for me, which is originally New York City. We first opened our doors in 2019 and it's been definitely an interesting ride since doing so. One of the great things about Lancaster, where I've chosen to set up shop and home, is it's just got a wonderful crafty little centre. When I came here, I was spoiled for choice because we already had two wool shops, fabric shop, fabric factory, art supplies. It's a really wonderful crafty hub. So people often ask where the name came from and if I'm Ethel or Em. I'm neither. Ethel was my mom. She died at 46 of cancer and was a very bright, colorful and vivacious woman. Emily was one of my best friends and she passed away at 40. And basically while she had cancer, crocheted her way through it, tried to teach me to crochet repeatedly. Not a chance, no joy. And when I finally did master it after she had passed, and then decided to have a crazy idea of opening a wool shop, I thought alongside my mother I would have to commemorate her in the naming of my shop. One of the things when you become a local yarn store owner and you've never done it before is trying to figure out what to stock to keep the peoples happy. I'm very fortunate that I live in a town that already has two wool shops. The challenge I had was they weren't stocking what I wanted to knit and crochet with, so it was trying to fill a bit of a gap. So for me, it was starting with some really accessible brands such as the Hayfield range and Sirdar, to more premium brands such as Rowan, but also some indie brands like Malabrigo and Fyberspates, which I'd always wanted to try but was always terrified of ordering online and not knowing what the color would look like. From a sort of tools and notions point of view, I am pretty much KnitPro through and through, but we also stock some Addi, which their crochet hooks I think are amazing, and Clover as well. I stock a heck of a lot of books. Loose patterns didn't really work for me, mostly because as knitters and crocheters, we've got to buy quite a lot of them individually, which takes up a lot of room, and I wanted to make sure that I had more room for more yarn. So we sell a lot of brand books, a lot of Rowan books, a lot of Malabrigo and Fyberspates, but we also sell books that are technique based and are project focused. So things like sock books or sweater books, and that's been a real interesting thing for us and not what we expected to sell at all when we started out. So the pandemic was pretty challenging for us, as with everyone. As a small business that only opened in February 2019, it was a pretty big leap when our shop was first shut in March 2020. So we had to do the thing called pivoting quite quickly and move our business to a more online model. My background is actually online sales, so what we did is move our community activities online. So we moved our Knit, Knot and Natter to a Thursday evening on Zoom once a week, and we've pretty much kept it up throughout the last 18 months or so. And we've also introduced regular CALs, so that's crochet alongs and knit alongs. Ultimately, it's a way to keep people making, creating, and keep the community alive. It's also allowed us to have a much bigger and wider community. Lancaster is a university town, so some of our peeps, they leave us. Makes us sad, but it's okay, because actually with Zoom, a lot of them have stayed in touch and they're still joining regularly, and some of them have brought their families along, so we've got mums and sisters involved, and it's been pretty awesome. Thank you to all of you for taking the time to come and find out a little bit more about my shop, Ethel Em.